अपने अपार्टमेंट से जो 20th फ्लोर पर था वहां से कूद कर क्यों उसको उसके पेरेंट्स ने काम किया ज्यादा फोन यूज करने किसी डांस को पढ़ाई में ध्यान देने की कोशिश करने को बहुत बुरा लगा इस वजह से अपने अपार्टमेंट से कूद गए 24 लाख लगा देते फेक नया गर्लफ्रेंड ये सारी नेटिविटी पिछले 2-3 सालों में इंटरनेट पे बहुत तेजी से स्प्रेड हुई है
I ended my 8 months relationship with my girlfriend. ताकि मानने वाले
सबसे आप सब इंडिया में ड्रग एडिक्शन 70% से बढ़ा उसमें सबसे ज्यादा कंप्लीट करने वाला केस हो गया बिलो 20 इयर्स ये तमीज है इसकी बात करने की अपने बात को तो बोलती है
I'm not getting the situation we have is actually it's not even hyped up. It is
थोड़ा पड़ गया ऐसे करता है देखा कभी ऐसे करता है
फ्लैट देके छोटा बड़ा ये हमारे लिए नहीं इनके साइज देखे ले लेंगे किसी को भाई कभी नहीं हो गया इनके साइज
I mean, अब दोनों सूरज उठेंगे और ये लोग भी बोलेंगे कि ये सूरज और मेरा सूरज साथ साथ छोड़ो यार अब इसमें भी मत बोलना चोट दिए है हम पे तो है ही नो And some Gen Z, we men think that
acne is hot. I love acne on men. Like acne is like scars and marks on men. There's something about it that's very hot to me.
हाँ कुछ सालों बाद दुकान बंद होने वाली है तब RR बॉम्ब मत लगाना अबे यार असल में फायर कर देंगे
दोस्तों वजाइना में सेंसेशन खत्म हो गई है लेकिन इंडिया में सेंसेशनलाइजेशन अभी भी जारी है
और जो लोग चैनल में डैंक और रिशू दोनों लगाते हैं उनसे क्या ही एक्सपेक्ट कर सके गालियां देख के क्रैश ही तो होगा Now there are also arguments for and against Gen Z respectively, such as against Gen Z most people say that they are problematic but exaggerated at times like racism and targeted hate. For example, Gen Z image is often ruined by creators like Crazy Deep, teasing creators like Ratchetru for being Gen Z and acting that way. And also this negates why Gen Z is worst argument. That the anti-Gen Z and with them saying that the scale at which Gen Z functions and destroys themselves is far more unprecedentedly high than any previous generation. And overall, there are problems with critiques against and for Gen Z as well, such as why is Gen Z clueless because they get offended and ask people not to get offended and they don't know what they want, love, and/or hate when their opinions change every second, labeled as the most hypocritical generation for this reason and others as well by doing, saying, and thinking the very things they say they don't. However, there is also for Gen Z and the justification of Gen Z, the in defense of Gen Z, which we need to list as well because it's not all that bad. Because why? Well, here's a clip from Shan Sharma's video that explains this issue in an objective and more psychological sense. Yeah, I know. We made a video on the guy and his problematic takes in the past. But in this one, he is right though. Or at least in this part. And also says that everyone was like this at some point.
लेकिन when it comes to just normal edgy edgelord content यार यंग लोग ऐसे ही करते हैं और हमेशा हिस्ट्री में ऐसे ही करते हैं जैसा कि मैंने आपको अभी दिखाया और साइंस भी यही कहता है यार कि मोस्टली 50 to 25 साल के जो लोग होते हैं वो नेचुरली एक्स्ट्रा एजी कंटेंट की तरफ अट्रैक्ट होते हैं 50 to 25 साल के जो लोग होते हैं उनका दिमाग अभी भी डेवलप हो रहा है फुली डेवलप हुआ नहीं है स्पेशली जो डिसीजन मेकिंग इंपल्स कंट्रोल और इमोशनल रेगुलेशन हैंडल करने वाले पार्ट्स हैं और इसलिए साइंटिस्ट मानते हैं कि ऑफेंसिव ह्यूमर का इस्तेमाल करते हैं लोग अपने आप को और एजी और कूल दिखाने के लिए आप भी याद कीजिए कि जब आप भी 50 to 25 के एज ग्रुप में थे तो यार आपका भी सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर क्रिंज था आपका भी सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर एजी और एजलॉर्ड वाला था हम सब लोग जब उस एज ग्रुप में थे तो एजलॉर्ड्स रह चुके हैं यार ये बात आपको पता है तो एक स्पेसिफिक एज ग्रुप को इस तरह का कंटेंट अपील करता है एंड देयर इज नॉट दैट मच यू कैन डू अबाउट इट
यूट्यूबर रणवीर अलावालिया के द्वारा पूछा गया एक ऑब्सीन और भद्दा सवाल देश की सबसे बड़ी कंट्रोवर्सी बनी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया यूट्यूब कंटेंट को लेकर एक बहुत बड़ा स्टेटमेंट दिया
The words we have chosen, parents will be ashamed, sister will be ashamed, the entire society will feel ashamed.
One comedic drama happening in India. Yes. This started popping up on my socials because
कोई रावण करके कुछ हुआ है उसने अपनी मां के लिए गलत शब्दों का प्रयोग किया
हमारा सोसाइटी वैसा नहीं है
तरह की बात करने वालों को थोपा
इनको तो लिटा कर देशद्रोही व्यक्ति को तत्काल गिरफ्तार किया जाए
रणबीर इलाहाबादिया की जुबान काटने वाले को 1 लाख देंगे
these people are spoiling the youth of our country. The youth है
आजकल की जनरेशन क्या आप जानते हैं कि उन्हें ऑनलाइन कैसा कंटेंट प्रोत्साहन
अचानक आप पॉपुलर होने के लिए भी so cool वो जो cool
ये as good as आतंकवादी,
as good as आतंकवादी ये as good as आतंकवादी
इसकी बैक के ऊपर एक स्ट्रांग आर्गुमेंट बना लिया जाए कि ब्रॉडकास्टिंग बिल लागू करना जरूरी
And these issues come into light where we now look at some of the cases that explain why Gen Z is problematic and also what can we do about it to make some difference in society if that's what we're aiming for rather than dancing on reels more than raising serious questions regarding serious cases that require more coverage in a both subjective and objective sense. Such as, for example, the problem with people getting offended at the Kerala joke on India's Got Latent and these are the same people getting offended are the ones doing the very same things behind closed doors and everywhere else. Like this Kerala man messages the wrong Jaspreet Singh, who made the joke, the guy's name was Jaspreet Singh, on WhatsApp, and the wrong Jaspreet Singh literally roasts the shit out of him because frankly Kerala has 100% literacy, and this guy just proved it. The case of Ranveer Alabadia saying this joke on India's Got Latent shows that our generation has sunken so low that we don't even hesitate when it comes to making jokes like these, especially on people like our parents. Like, forget other people's families, forget Rebel Kids' problematic content and Samay's humor and shit. This just goes too far. I mean, even Samay would hesitate when it comes to this, as you can see by his reaction, while the rest of the creators just sit there and watch. I mean, खैर ये पहला ऐसा रणवीर नहीं है जिसने अपने ही बैंड बजा दी हो. I mean, I was really excited for this episode because the GOAT, the legend, the man, the myth, Ashish Chanchlani was in there, and he's been an inspiration of mine. I started this whole thing partly because of that man, and I am grateful for his content. But then this all changed despite the fact that even creators with a better reputation like Ashish Chanchlani, and I really hate to say this, but this guy just there and do nothing, and he finds himself collaborating with creators like these, and then goes on social media to clarify that he keeps himself away from controversies like these, like he did when people assumed he was taking shots at Elvish Yadav. Seriously man, I'm so disappointed in you, sir. Despite like being a really huge fan, I'm so speechless, man. Like, we got Ashish Chanchlani of all people with an FIR lodged against him in not just Mumbai but with Assam CM, which is a different thing. Like, why is Assam CM filing an FIR against him and sending his men to deal with them while the Maharashtra government deals with this simultaneously? And now there's an FIR filed against him from the Jaipur government as well. Wow. And getting this kind of hate before his new video and GTA 6. Okay, I swear this joke is getting old, but that's how bad the situation is. So, I mean, to be honest, if he can speak and clarify his stance on Elvish Yadav after getting hate from his fans when this segment of the Thagesh Show Season 2 aired on YouTube, then यहाँ पे क्यों नहीं बोल सकते, considering आपको इतना hate मिल रहा है लोगों से, not as much as Ranveer, Rebel Kid or Samay, but still, considering you're involved in this and you just sat there like a bystander, is that even a word, and these guys are literally associated with you in some way or form. I don't know what went in your mind when this happened and why you are not speaking about it and why you found the time to inform that you were not well and you couldn't come to a Captain America screening. Look, I know मुझे hate मिलेगी ये बोलने के लिए, but the reason you're not well is we know, but I don't know, man. ये story डालने की इतनी ज़रूरत भी नहीं थी. People would have understood anyways, you know. Even if you don't show up to the Captain America screening, everyone already knows that there are stuff going on in the background. But again, that's your personal choice. So who am I to tell you what story you should post and what you should not, right? But again, like I said in the previous video, I might as well give some benefit of the doubt to him because maybe something is going on that we don't know. And there could be some reason, like I said. But still, at least one story, post or tweet about this issue would have been enough. Considering Ranveer apologized for his mistake, Samay reacted to this controversy when it started bubbling out by posting this story and then later on posting another story where he was shit scared when his software got updated, instead of just like, you know, posting stories for some ad shoot of yours and dodging the question. Okay, edit. Turns out, as I was writing this video as of 12th Feb 2025, Ashish Chanchlani's lawyer has passed some statements, so I suppose that explains why Ashish hasn't posted anything about this. Probably due to legal reasons, even though Ranveer has so many cases filed against him and he still tried to issue a statement with him literally getting death threat from wrestlers and then wrestlers backtracking on it and saying that, oh, that wasn't a death a threat, my intention was something else, and whatever, we don't know. We're just gonna be left in the dark about it. And also it goes too far with people literally posing as patients in his mom's clinic. Like, what the fuck is going on, guys? I mean, I suppose that explains why most of these people, and including Ashish, haven't posted anything about this amidst the hearing in court on 17th Feb 2025, which happened, and stuff look very messy. Like the Supreme Court literally blasting the shit out of Ranveer because of that joke. Okay, like, I get it, you're pissed, but you guys are the same people who can literally solve so many other issues like the Atul Subhash case and whatnot. I know सब लोग बोल चुके हैं, मैं बोलूंगा तो क्या ही फर्क पड़ेगा. But the thing is, you have so many cases in your shelves and you literally either delay them for like a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, and God knows what not, entire lifetimes, and then you have time to literally file FIRs against these people for saying a cross joke. Like, God damn it, man. And I mean, even after all this, now you have pretty much everyone hating on Ranveer and Samay for this, and even going as far as to legit burn statuettes of them on the road and make videos of it, as if Tanmay bought stuff wasn't enough. Which is crazy because people forgot that so easily when this thing is just cooking since 2023, folks. Okay, another edit. It also appears that as of 30th Feb 2025, Akash Dodeja, Ashish's best friend, has reshared a story advocating for Ashish. Now, here's my take on this, which no one asked for, even after glazing the guy for 8+ years. Look, Ashish does not deserve this much hate, I agree, but, that does not mean we do not question him for what he did and rightfully criticize him and call him out. Like, yes, he did make a mistake by coming too late in, and that's a fact, you can't deny it, as explained by Flying Beast, which is a reason why these people are being booked with FIRs, because it's a common intent issue. There are legal procedures, even though that doesn't make sense. It's kind of bullshit because there might be a lot of nuance, but still, legally speaking, Ashish is guilty in some way, even though it doesn't make sense, you know, if you look at it in a more nuanced sense. However, the story mentions how uncomfortable Ashish had become when Ranveer made that joke, and in the entire episode in general, which really confirms the fact that he had been that way. So I would still like to ask a simple question. After stating on Sean Crusher's podcast how risky Samay is in general, and after being so reluctant with this whole thing, why and what on earth made him decide to come on Leighton and then all this to happen?
मैं जितने भी स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियन से मिलता हूं, लेकिन समय को बोलता हूं जो तुम करते हो ना, कि नेवर डू गोइंग ऑन स्टेज एंड बहुत लगता है मेरे एक समय कैसे करता है यार. मैंने बोला भाई दूर रह तुम इससे, भाई एक तो रिलीजन और पॉलिटिक्स, इस पे कुछ भी जोक्स मत करो, इनसे जितना हो सके दूर. इफ यू वांट अ सर्वाइविंग करियर, केरला सर 100% स्टे द अवे फ्रॉम दिस. बस बात खत्म.
I'm not asking from a anti-Leighton point of view that, bro, he's there in the show and the show needs to be banned and he needs to be boycotted, but objectively as well. Like, it's a simple question. Why contradict your own statement and why take such a huge risk, especially when your new video is yet to be published and now aapne khud ke pair pe kulari maar li hai? To I mean, look, some of it is all well deserved because what the hell has even been said? And the fact that Modi gave this drunken leftover PR a national award is just bonkers, man. Even though you knew the kind of pseudoscience and the kind of bullshit he's been promoting on his podcast for the past 2 to 3 years, and it goes even beyond that because he's had people like Dhruv Rathi on his podcast who are, well, I've talked about Dhruv Rathi, so if you want to check out the video, just click on my channel, it's there. And no wonder this episode is members only, because Samay knows that free ki janta gandi wali maregi, isliye paise leke gaali khaunga. And then there are people defending this both for right and wrong reasons, like people saying that excessive censorship is gonna begin because of this, and people who swear in real life, even if the intent is not what other people accuse it to be, is different, which I understand and I advocate for that to an extent. But then there are people defending Samay and saying that, oh, people are just jealous, which is true. A section of people are jealous, but to whitewash this whole thing by saying, oh, it's a successful comedy show, and listing all the good it has done in this manner doesn't still get you anywhere and just shows how down bad people can be. But again, like I said in my tweets and on my Instagram story, which no one asked for anyways, there could have been a compensatory measure and the right action should have been taken, which to a degree has been, given that YouTube has now removed the entire episode in of itself despite being members only, and then Samay has now deleted all the episodes. Another argument that people have that is for the show, defending it, is from a practical standpoint, saying that, well, Samay put in a lot of time and effort and money into the show, and now he has a huge loss of production, and so does Harsh Gujral now, because he made a similar show called The Escape Room featuring guests who have appeared on Latent, as well as Ashish Solanki's pretty good roast show. But the point is, सरकार को कौन सा फर्क पड़ता है? I mean, it's like saying, भाई साहब मैंने इतनी मेहनत से ब्लू फिल्म बनाई थी घर पे और सरकार ने उड़ा दी. फिर मैंने पुलिस थाने में जाके बोला, सर वो तो अक्षय कुमार वाली से इंस्पायर्ड था, और उन्होंने बोला जेल होगी. Because सरकार doesn't give two shits about that, right? अगर उनको शो problematic लगा, and if a show is encroaching on legal boundaries and political boundaries, then आपको शो के मौत के बारे में सोचना. भाई मैं क्यों बीसी कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे यार, छोड़ो यार, आगे बढ़ो. See, I think Samay knows that, as this guy stated in his example, people can excuse their disgusting remarks as comedy and get away with it, which he himself may not like and obviously won't stand for, which he knows is wrong. So either he just clarifies his point rather than saying, bro, we ain't here for comedy to not be comedy because moral science, or he just admits entirely that, yeah, this is wrong, what happened is wrong, and that what he did was wrong. While he did state that, he didn't really admit that he and everyone else involved was wrong, and again resorted to vague vocabulary, some subtle manipulation, but again, it may as well be because of the hearing, like I said before.
केरला 100% लिटरेसी सर. ये वाला जो कमेंट था, बिकॉज़ एक इंडिविजुअल वोट नहीं करती केरला से जो आती है, आपने पूरा स्टेट को मौका दिया, जैसे कि वहां वोटिंग होती नहीं है, और ये बस में था कि वो लिटरेट लोग हैं.
Also, PPD's video does have its own problematic takes. कब नहीं होता है, like his take on the Kerala jokes made by Jaspreet Singh. So I get it that objectively it makes a bad perception, but the context wasn't that. The whole point was to roast the contestant who isn't politically inclined and did not vote, hence why Jaspreet said that. And that hot take or extra hotter take, but that's smart comedy in my opinion, because Jaspreet's statement shows that just because one person did not vote because of their whatever political ignorance or indifference, despite being from Kerala, which is known to be one of the most literate states in India, the literacy pretty much goes down anyways. And then there's this other take of this guy, besides playing an old ass clip of Ranveer from 5 years ago and thinking it to be a clip from the present day where he's apologizing about Latent and cutting it accordingly to not be caught and misinforming others and deviating them from the actual context of that video. Like, भाईजान थोड़ी तो रिसर्च कर लेते, पर क्या है ना, बनवाड़े आपसे ज्यादा मेहनत कर रहा है, इवन दो वो भी डेली सेम रेट पे हकते हैं.
और रणवीर की गर्लफ्रेंड जो बोल रही है, पोस्ट कर रही है कि आपको एनर्जी पता चल जाती है. अरे आपको एनर्जी पता चल रही है, आप जब किसी के साथ रहते हो तो आपको एनर्जी पता चल जाती है. अगर आप एक्चुअली किसी को चाहते हो तो उसकी गलतियां उसको बताते हो और उसको बदलने में, उसको ट्रांसफॉर्म करने में आप एक अहम भूमिका निभाते हो. ये नहीं कि जब उसके साथ गलत हो रहा है तब सब कोई उसके अगेंस्ट हो, तब जाके अपने कोई वैलिडेशन देना. ये देखा मैंने छोड़ दिया, तो एनर्जी गलती बन गई.
And this mofo decides to put this screenshot of an influencer who is alleged to be Ranveer's secret girlfriend, now ex, because they unfollowed each other amidst the whole Latent meltdown. Keep in mind, nothing is confirmed as of now. No clear statements have been passed on Ranveer's relationship status, and yet this MF Hussain decides to literally ride the bandwagon and take it to the extreme by saying now Ranveer's girlfriend has जीसस क्राइस्ट यार, ये बंदा रिसर्च क्या करूँ यार, इस पॉपॉय के बवासीर का क्या करूँ, स्क्रिप्ट बता, एडिट बता, भैंस की हक. Bro, this guy is so stupid. Just the way he manipulates you into thinking that, well, women leaving a man for bad wives and other stuff is stupid. Like, what the fuck, bro? कुछ पता है नहीं, और ये बंदा आ जाता है अपनी गान मटका के YouTube पर और फिर कहता है छोड़ो यार, कितना बोलूं. इसकी करतूत देख ली है और तो अब मेरा पीपॉय एक्सपोज वाला वीडियो देख ले रहा बस. और फिर ये बंदा ऐसे वीडियोस में अपने मास्टर क्लास चेप देता है. Like bro, who the fuck asked? First of all, no one was waiting for this guy's video, and even if people saw it, bro, they're only here to clown on you and the stupid shit, not rub their dollar rupee bills on that master class of yours. No matter what it is, no one's gonna buy it, whether you promote it like this or not, whether it's good or not, because you've already ruined your image by stuff like this, man.
And I'm so disappointed with Ashish Chinchilla. I know him personally. I think he should have slapped Ranveer there and then and put some sense in his head.
Oh my god, man. I gave a similar example in the Sham Sharma video, and pretty much the same thing applies here. This guy is basically disappointed with Ashish, which I get it. Even I am. But to say that, oh, Ashish should have gotten up and slapped Ranveer there to put some sense in him, like, bro, what? Like, whether that clip gets caught or airs on YouTube, members only, where you would pay to watch that shit, dog, that would put Ashish in even more trouble and would justify the police action against him even more. Keep in mind, you criticized Elvish for slapping Maxton. तब याद नहीं आई civic sense और Indian culture. मन्नत कुलियारिया के पीछे सिम्ब करके भारतीय कल्चर का झंडा लहरा रहा था ये बवासीर. तब इसको याद नहीं आई औकात. फिर ये ऐसे स्टेटमेंट्स पास करके कौन सा कल्चर बचा रहे हो? आप तो उल्टा और बहती गंगा में प्रदूषण कर रहे हो. Man, I just feel like people like him who believe in all sorts of pseudoscience and bullshit, who defend people like Flying Beast and all, and who in the past bootlicked Elvish Yadav like anything, पूरा निचोड़ के रख दिया इस बंदे ने, and then under public pressure apologized for supporting him, who justified threats against Swati Maliwal indirectly and negated her post talking about her being harassed and getting death threats by Dhruv Rathi's fans, and despite Dhruv Rathi being pretty much directly responsible for this shit, and him saying that she's playing the victim card, should not be talking about Indian culture and how wrong people like Ranveer and Ashish Chanchlani are. अब मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि रणवीर और आशीष सही है इस पे. रणवीर is problematic and ऐसे लोगों पर एक्शन लेना चाहिए. But to ask the government to quote-unquote lynch him and finish him in an encounter, to burn mannequins or something of him, Ashish, Samay, Rebel Kid and Jaspreet Singh, that just goes too far, man. और मैं एक और चीज बता दूं, आशीष चाहे कितना भी गलती कर दे, he has worked on saving Indian culture every now and then, जितना आप जैसे लोग 7 जन्म में नहीं कर सकते. Yeah, I agree that Ashish made a mistake with the joke in his Koi Mil Gaya dub video, but still he cared about his audience sentiments and removed that part. Meanwhile, you just pretend, man. You have cultivated a rational audience. No doubt, that's good. But by that logic, you should delete all these problematic videos you made on influencers like Mannat Kularia, with you openly simping on her, as well as your stupid ass takes on India's Got Latent, and put something better out there for once if you can. And if not, then you should respectfully shut your mouth.
तो अगर आप कुछ भी बोलोगे तो आपको सामने वाले लोग कुछ क्लिप्स निकाल के उस कंटेंट से कंटेंट डलवा के दिलवा देंगे. जैसे मैं साउंड का एक एग्जांपल कर दिया, आई प्रेफर नॉट टू से, मैं बहुत कुछ बोलने के लिए बट नहीं बोलना चाहिए. भाई वाली चीज बता रहा हूं, मैंने पीछे भी बताया, जिसको जो पार्ट सही लगता है वो उस पार्ट को काट लेता है. मैं कह सकता है कि अगर तुम मेरा ओपिनियन में मुझे जज करोगे, इंग्लिश में देख के मत जज करो. अगर तुम किसी को जज करना चाहते हो तो उसकी पूरी वीडियो देखो, बस जज करो.
Now, what Rukra Insan said encapsulates precisely the paradox of not just YouTube commentary channels, but also other channels as well.
अब इंडिया गॉट लेटेंट बंद होने की वजह से सबके प्रॉब्लम्स मैजिकली डिसअपीयर हो जाएंगे, या फिर अब सब लोग खुशी खुशी जी पाएंगे, इसका तो नहीं पता. बट मुझे एक ऐसी चीज के बारे में जरूर पता है जो कि आपको जरूर खुश कर देती है, वो है एक्स्ट्रा इनकम, राइट? मुझे तो जब थोड़ा सा भी फ्री टाइम मिलता है मैं यूज करता हूं.
Oh my god, bro, hell no, man. This Panwara is भाई शर्म कर ले एक सेकंड के लिए एटलीस्ट। हर बार ये न्यूज़ वाले ब्रांड इंटीग्रेशन, पिछला वीडियो काफ़ी नहीं था इस पे जो ये और कर रहा है, दूसरों के ट्रेजेडी पे कैपिटलाइज करके एड्स और स्पॉन्सर्स डालना। कोई इन महाशय से सीखे। God, Neon, grow the fuck up, bro. And the crazy part is जिन लोगों की ये बात कर रहा था, जिन्होंने बियर बाइसेप्स को अनफॉलो किया है, वैसे ही लोग इस व्यक्ति को फॉलो करते हैं जिसकी अलग ही पैथेटिक थिंकिंग है। डीप प्राग जैसा हो वो अलग। हाँ भाई प्राग जी, और मिटाओ अपने पापों को दूसरों के गंदे बगीचे पे और भी ज्यादा कीचड़ डालने से पहले।
सच्चाई है दोस्तों की फर्क पड़ता है। कोई भी इंसान अपने एनवायरनमेंट का प्रोडक्ट होता है। इस चीज की बात मैंने अपने पुराने वीडियोस में भी करी। ज्यादातर लोग चाहे वो 18 साल से कम उम्र के हों या ज्यादा के हों, उनका माइंड बहुत फ्रेजाइल होता है। अगर फिल्म्स, गाने, वेब सीरीज, जोक्स, यूट्यूब वीडियोस इन सबसे फर्क नहीं पड़ता तो क्या कोई बच्चा पैदा होते ही अपने जीन्स में सब कुछ लेकर आता है? ऑब्वियसली ऐसा नहीं।
And it's ironic how Dhruv Rathi is criticizing Lated and the government as always when आज से कुछ महीने पहले ध्रुव समय के स्ट्रीम्स पे आ चुका है। Yes, 2024 guys, and रणवीर का पॉडकास्ट भी है इसके साथ। I know वो 4 से 5 साल पुरानी है, but still point remains the same. This just shows that creators like Dhruv are just opportunists who are just as much hungry for views and attention as the people they are criticizing, trying to get views and attention from controversies like these, like ironically I am. Wow, now that's some whole other view caption right away.
मैं भी समय राणा के शो पर चेस खेलने गया था, लेकिन मेरे लिए वो कभी भी अछूत नहीं था। मुझे किसी सही चीज के लिए दोबारा बुलाया जाए, जैसे चेस खेलने के लिए, किसी ढंग के कॉमेडी शो में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए, तो मैं बिल्कुल जाऊंगा। रणवीर के साथ भी मैंने पॉडकास्ट किया, कई इवेंट्स में मिलना भी हुआ, क्योंकि मेरी कोई पर्सनल दुश्मनी नहीं है, लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम मैं इनके कंटेंट को क्रिटिसाइज करने से पीछे भी नहीं हटूंगा। जहां मुझे लगता है इन्होंने गलत किया है वो बोलना बनता है।
Okay, turns out Dhruv has clarified this issue regarding him being in Samay's podcast by saying that वो तो अच्छी चीज थी तो मैं चला गया, लेकिन तू जिस तरह का बॉयकॉट कर रहा है ये तो फिर दोगलापन हो गया ना। चलो मैं तेरी ही लॉजिक से तुझे समझाता हूँ। मान लो कि मोदी ने कोई अच्छी स्कीम लॉन्च करी और उससे बहुत लोगों का फायदा असल में हो रहा है, डिस्पाइट द फैक्ट दैट मोदी हैज हिज ओन प्रॉब्लम्स व्हिच सबको पता है एंड a bunch of people already don't like him like you। तो तेरे लॉजिक के हिसाब से शायद तुझे जाना चाहिए मोदी के कैंपेन में और उस स्कीम को प्रमोट करना चाहिए और उसकी प्रशंसा करनी चाहिए, बट नो you won't do that because political reasons जो सबको पता है, उसके कारण ये बंदा वो चीज नहीं करेगा लेकिन समय के स्ट्रीम पे जाके चेस खेलेगा। This just shows how much of an opportunist he is and उसको पता है कि समय is like the only proper mainstream chess creator in India as well, aside from being one of the most relevant stand-up comedians in India as well as internationally, because frankly speaking समय is global now। और तब नहीं याद आती आपके उसूल जो आप अपने एनिमल क्रिटिसिज्म वाले वीडियोस में बता चुके हो बार बार, which makes it seem like you're just trying to cover up shit, like you preferring Game of Thrones, which basically has pretty much the same shit in your vlog channel, but you can't admit that because it ruins this propaganda that you're spreading about not just yourself but also defaming others. Yes, if Dhruv doesn't like you, even if you are objectively or mostly good, he's gonna try manipulating you into thinking that ये बंदा या बंदी समाज में एक दीमक की तरह है, इसको साफ करो अभी के अभी।
दूसरी बात, भले ही दोष किसी एक स्पेसिफिक लड़की का हो, लेकिन किसी औरत को बिच या गोल्ड डिगर कहना ये सीधे एक टॉक्सिक मैस्कुलिनिटी के बनाए गए स्टीरियोटाइप को रीइंफोर्स करता है।
And we also got Dhruv giving Gali before GTA 6. Wow, life truly is crazy, man. Now look, I get it, you were doing it for educational purposes and trying to prove a point. But फिर ये वही बात हो गई कि किसी को दारू के साइड इफेक्ट्स एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए आओ खुद ही दारू पी जाओ, इसका तो कोई सेंस नहीं है ना मेरे डेमोक्रेसी के रक्षक।
औरतों के खिलाफ ऐसी भाषा का प्रयोग करना उस चीज को नॉर्मलाइज करता है। जो लोग इस कॉमेडी को देखते हैं वो बाहर असल जिंदगी में जाकर यही शब्दों का प्रयोग करते हैं औरतों के लिए। सीधे तौर पर कहा जाए तो ये गालियां समाज में कल्चर को नॉर्मलाइज करने का काम करती है।
Another thing is that Dhruv argues that people who swear in their videos, people who swear in general, is bad and they promote culture. Like what? Since when? What are the sources you are citing, bruv? See, when we look at profanity usage and their history, the thing about it is that just like other words, they have now become far from their original meanings, as is everything else. In one case, the original meaning was something good, for example, and now the usage of words in different contexts with different intentions has resulted in such a seismic shift of diction that the original meaning is not even remembered by most, and now the new meaning is all that remains. Like the word awful in the English language was originally meant as full of awe before the 1600s, even going as far as being spelled as AWEFUL instead of the word we now use, which again is because of a misuse of context and also a shift in perception. In another case, the original meaning may as well have been something bad, and now the usage of them in the modern day and age with newer and contrasting intentions has resulted in them being now seen as not as problematic, so much so that people have forgotten what these words originally meant. For example, the word chapri is a casteist slur towards a community of people who are known as chaprasis that work on meager work such as polishing shoes and making them in very poor conditions with no job security. However, ever since the advent of geo and social media being so easily accessible in India, and of course the YouTube versus TikTok, or rather should I say YouTubers versus TikTokers controversy, everyone has been using the word to denote either TikTokers or cringe people who make cringe content and wear certain out of the box clothes and keep weird hairstyles. I mean, Zaid ने सही कहा था, ये लोग किसी खास हिपोक्रेट से कम नहीं हैं।
छपरी लोग के छपरी फॉलोअर्स। आज इस शो में देश के हर उस छपरी को बुलाया जा रहा है।
अब देखो, एक तरफ तो बेसिक सिविक सेंस नहीं है, उसके बाद में छपरी इन्फ्लुएंसर्स का राइज बहुत तेजी से हो रहा है। वो ऐसी छपरी एक्टिविटीज कर रहे हैं पब्लिक के अंदर।
And then just look at this guy, for example. No doubt his content is good, but if and when you have a well-researched channel, shouldn't it be your responsibility to check the kind of words you're using and what they actually mean and how much they actually hurt? Like, you have used them multiple times, just so you know.
कुणाल कामरा पॉलिटिकल कॉमेडी करते हैं, लेकिन उसके लिए जिगर चाहिए होता है, हिम्मत चाहिए होती है। कुणाल के खिलाफ जितनी एफआईआर, डेथ थ्रेट्स, फ्लाइट्स के द्वारा बैन किया जाना, शोज का कैंसिल किया जाना हुआ है, शायद ही किसी और कॉमेडियन के साथ हुआ। और वैसे गालियां तो कुणाल कामरा, अभिषेक उपमन्यु, गौरव कपूर, मणिक मेहना भी देते हैं, लेकिन फर्क ये है कि जहां कुछ लोगों की कॉमेडी में केवल गालियां होती हैं, यहाँ गालियों के अलावा कॉमेडी भी होती है। और यहाँ पर वैसे मैं कॉमेडियन से अपील भी करना चाहूंगा कि प्लीज अपनी कॉमेडी से गालियों को बाहर कर दीजिए।
अबे मंदबुद्धि, अपना पॉइंट तो सही से रख ले। मतलब ये सही है, दूसरे गाली दे तो समाज गंदा हो रहा है, लेकिन अपने भाईचारे में जो लोग हैं, जैसे कि ये एक्सपायर्ड कैमरा जिसने कैरी को सिर्फ गाली दी, नो कॉमेडी, नथिंग, ऐसे गंदे गंदे चीजें बोले गए उसके वीडियो में, ये व्यक्ति उसका समर्थन करता है। एंड देन देयर आर दीज अदर टू जो गाली देते हैं, वो चलता है, लेकिन कैरी नहीं भाई, भुवन और आशीष नहीं भाई। चाहे वो कितना भी बदल जाए और अपने कंटेंट और उसूलों को इम्प्रूव करके कुछ ना कुछ योगदान दे समाज में, एंड देन ही सेज कॉमेडियंस को गाली नहीं देना चाहिए। मैं दरख्वास्त करता हूँ, वाह भाई वाह, क्या नजारा है। And then, of course, the other case is that the case of Rebel Kid and her content, which I won't talk about it as much in this video क्योंकि ये video already बहुत long हो चुकी है, but I will say that her content is just openly promoting stuff like bad relationships, and as Ashish Chanchlani summarized her entire career, as you can see in this clip.
मैंने 15 साल में 3 रिलेशन रहे, 3 साल में 15 नहीं सो।
Like, yeah, she's no doubt a bad influence on society and whatnot. Like, उसका content बहुत गंदा है, but इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप FIR फाइल कर दो, आप जेल में डाल दो। Like, bro, like, come on. No doubt, आप criticize करो, आप उसके ऊपर टिप्पणी दो, बट ये नहीं है कि आप ऐसे FIR डालो, आप जाके इनके इंस्टाग्राम कमेंट्स में ऐसी बद्दी बद्दी गालियाँ दो, क्योंकि anonymity bruv, I can't be caught। but यार ये सब क्या चल रहा है यार। मतलब वही बात हो गई ना, उसने बोल दिया कुछ फीमेल ऑर्गन्स के बारे में तो हम भी बोलेंगे, ये क्या चल रहा है यार। I literally don't understand it। इतनी misogyny, इतनी कहाँ से, like why? And you think you can get away with it, but कल को आपके ऊपर FIR हो जाएगी तब बोलती बंद, तब रोना धोना मत करना।
ऐसी गलती ना हो। आपको लगता है मैंने कोई जुर्म किया है या मेरे पे कोई केस हुआ है? नहीं हुआ है ना। सही
बताऊं तो अभी तो वो महिला मुझे थोड़ा समय देती तो आपसे विवाह राशि को ये लाइट बंद होने के बाद तुम्हारे फोटो पर भी लव।
Another case is that उदित नारायण केस कंट्रोवर्सी, या इस पे कोई ज़्यादा बात नहीं करेगा क्योंकि सबको लेटेंट की लेनी है, even though this is practically more problematic considering Udit Narayan's age and considering the kind of content he's been making for the past how many decades, and his whole family has been known for the most questionable stuff. और इससे कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती है इन लोगों को, लेकिन इनको बस जोक्स, कॉमेडियंस ये सब कैंसिल करना है, इनको जेल में डालना है. लाइक कसम से मैं इसको किससे पहले जानता भी नहीं था. Oh shit. यार मैं फिर I mean man was literally like sorry भाई तेरी बीवी मेरी हो गई है क्योंकि मैं उदित हूँ. जो क्या चल रहा है यार ये, मतलब लड़कियाँ खुद कह रही है मैं तो फुल तैयार होके आई हूँ सर, करवा दो. Lastly, I'm just going to talk about the solutions because I think the main problem is that this is the first time creators and artists are criticized on this level with their personal lives coming into light due to reasons like more accessibility and research on them on the internet, as well as them opening themselves up on social media like Instagram, Twitter/X, and YouTube, and more and more. But overall, the thing is, Gen Z is a complex, influential, and transformative generation. Their vision and values are reshaping the world despite all the controversies and criticisms that go every now and then, even with literal senators going around in news saying that Gen Z should just be wiped off and whatnot, as well as an open-minded question remains that are they misunderstood visionaries or just another rebellious generation like against the previous one? I mean, millennials and Gen Zs are interconnected, yet they're also distinct on their own. Like their dynamic reflects the rapid evolution of technology, culture, and values. And we have another open-minded question about that. How will this relationship influence the future of society? Moreover, Gen Z's pre-smartphone experiences shape their adaptability and digital fluency. Their digital evolution explains generational differences and societal criticism. And so, are they misunderstood visionaries or just products of rapid change? With Gen Z's digital habits being a double-edged sword, bringing both connectivity and chaos simultaneously, and their behaviors reflecting rapid technological change and societal adaptation challenges. So, is Gen Z ruining digital spaces or simply reshaping them? For which creators need to be very careful of their image now that they are now more than ever and are pressurized to keep their personal lives well and intact. Not that they shouldn't, otherwise we all know how badly this can all end in one swoop. I think rather than just ranting on our generation becoming vulgar and all, which is true though, it's important to note that banning these shows isn't gonna be a better solution for society either, as long as other issues larger than ever are still around. Like I mentioned, like the Atul Subhash case, the Arjikar Medical Hospital fiasco, the KIIT situations and whatnot. There are multiple of them. But overall, we need regulation of these kinds of content and have to curtail it to a certain section of people, which it was anyways, given that it was members only and pretty much other people's responsibility. So they did click on this on their own volition. So rather than blaming Samay, you should mostly blame people who are responsible for this. Or at least Samay shouldn't be the person who should solely be blamed, because pretty much people over 18 years of age have mostly viewed this episode, unless you're illegally doing so or legally doing so by stealing your dad's credit card and paying Samay's membership to watch Ninja's Got Flated all the episodes on his phone and whatnot. So the argument that kids see this is only possible when there's piracy and other people and older people are allowing them to access these kinds of things, which they are more responsible for more than the kids that we blame. The same problem is with Abhinav Arora, who we will discuss in detail along with other people in a future video. But for now, it's clear that Abhinav's father is at fault, being responsible for steering Abhinav away from a normal life, ruining his childhood, and using him to advance his own monetary pursuits. And also the problem with videos that moral police others is that they are very subjective. Yes, rather than asking questions that are objective and maybe partly if not fully, because then it's a problem, utilitarian sense, like how is this making society bad, and if this happens then is that gonna happen as well, and how exactly, and if that happens then what do we do about that in order to ensure no one is hurt, while establishing free will rather than just doing authoritarianism, like ओए तू ये नहीं देख सकता है, तू वो नहीं देख सकता है, लेकिन ये चलेगा. Like, you understand where I'm getting at. But also on another note, I want to say that I do want to apologize for certain things, because I myself in the past have made really bad jokes, which now that I look back at it, they're like, I look, I'm not going to backtrack, I'm not going to delete those parts, they're out there. So I'm going to apologize for those jokes, and now I'm going to be a bit more careful with what I say in my videos. You know, from now on, I'm just not going to make any of those kind of jokes, all those misogynistic jokes that I previously and unintentionally normalized. And also, यार इस साल मैं गालियाँ कम करना चाहता हूँ, to be honest, because I just want to focus more on the reasoning aspect and the jokes aspect rather than just doing MCBC the whole time. Love them or hate them, Gen Z is here to stay. They're challenging conventions, demanding accountability, and inspiring change. They might just be exactly what the world needs right now. Another thing is that a lot of people say that, you know, Gen Z is fucked. There is no hope for them. ये साले होते ही इतने गलीच और नीच हैं, इनको भगवान भी नहीं बचा सकता. But मैं आपको बता दूं कि डेटा के अनुसार there are a bunch of Gen Z who are really smart and authentic with no filter on their personality, who promote openness and help others to do so themselves, thereby setting an example of confidence and bringing change and overall positivity into the world. I mean, sure, social media ने दुनिया खराब करके रख दिया है, but don't forget, two sides of the coin exist, and what we pay attention to prevails the most. So if we're just gonna continuously complain about people being who they are and how that ruins our lives, whether it is justifiable or not, then don't expect things to get better anytime soon. और अगर हम मौके दे, माफ़ करना सीखे, अपना पक्ष और किसी के विपक्ष हेल्दी तरीके से रहे, बिना नफरत के, बिना गाली गलोच, and by that I mean the real problematic stuff, सिर्फ गाली देना, सिर्फ भद्दे चीज़ें बोलना जिसका कोई सेंस नहीं है, like the ones that just worsen things more and more. I know this seems fallible, but I think the more you look at it as a whole, you will realize what I exactly mean and be positive. Then it's gonna compound, and maybe, just maybe, the world might as well be a better place, at least by 1% or 2%, and that's pretty much what makes the difference. इसीलिए आपने देखा होगा कि पिछले 2 वीडियो से कुछ पॉजिटिव सेगमेंट्स इंट्रोड्यूस करे हैं मैंने, क्योंकि देख लो, मुझे चाहे दिक्कत हो इंटरनेट और सोशल मीडिया पे लोगों से या फिर वो प्लेटफॉर्म से इन ए जनरल सेंस, लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम I love a lot of aspects of them, and they have really changed lives for the better and facilitated a lot of great perspectives that we probably wouldn't have otherwise seen, and given chances to a lot of people who otherwise wouldn't have been heard. Hence why you see a lot of India's Got Latent contestants expressing their gratitude for Samay at the same time like this, because he's given a chance to them, and now it's time to pay the kindness forward, because at the end of the day, no matter how dark the sky gets, it's always possible that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and the sun will always shine on us once again. But what do you think about Gen Z? Are they misunderstood visionaries or another rebellious generation? Let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like करो भाई, और subscribe, ये तो मैं बोल चुका हूँ, जिसको करना है करो, and hit the notification bell जिससे कि आपको सारी वीडियोस मिलते रहें और आप स्किप नहीं करें, ठीक है? मैं देख रहा हूँ भाई, सही में देख रहा हूँ. For more deep dives into generational culture and society and social media पे क्या चल रहा है. So this is Aura Smith. I'm signing out. Peace out.